Another day, another story. Book Aram Righteousness 33-40. Chapter 33, Not Killing Any Living Being. 321. What is a righteous deed? Not killing. Killing leads to everything evil. 322. Sharing food and taking care of all lives is the foremost amongst all virtues compiled in all scriptures. 323. Not killing is the foremost virtue. It is good to follow that up with not lying. 324. What is a perfect path? It is the pursuit of the principle of not slaying any being. 325. Of all those who, despising material existence, have embraced renunciation, the foremost are those who fear and shun killing. 326. Death dares not trample on the life of one who abides by the principle of not killing any life. 327. Even if one were to sacrifice one's own life, do not commit the act of taking another life. 328. Even if great wealth leads to great benefits, great men loathe wealth obtained by sacrifice of lives. 329. For those who can see the folly of it, the savage imbeciles in any profession involving killing are doing a despicable job. 330. Those with a rotting sickly body and a rotten life mired in poverty, must have killed other beings before. Chapter 34, Transience. 321. To believe that transient things will last forever is deplorable stupidity. 332. Great wealth accumulates like a crowd assembled at a theater. When it goes, it vanishes like the crowd at the end of the play. 333. Wealth is transient. When it comes about, use it to do a lasting righteous deed. 334. The wise get this: time, that manifests itself as days, is a sword that slices off life. 335. Before your tongue goes numb and you let out your last breath, make haste to do a good deed. 336. Who was there yesterday, is gone today. The world is thus. 337. They, who hold over 1 billion thoughts in their minds, know not how to live their lives for a moment. 338. A bird breaks away from the egg, leaving the shells alone, so is life related to body. 339. Death is like going off to sleep, birth is like waking up from it. 340. Doesn't life have a permanent dwelling? It has taken shelter in this body. Chapter 35, Renunciation. 341. Pain, there is none, from all those one renounces. 342. The pleasures of this world after renouncing are immense. If you wish those, renounce when you can. 343. To renounce all that one desires, the 5 senses should be overcome. 344. Not to have a thing is the essence of penance. Any possession lures one away from it. 345. For those ascetics seeking relief from rebirth, own flesh is an excess. What purpose do other affinities serve? 346. One who severs the vanity of I and mine, shall reach some place better than paradise. 347. Miseries will not yet say who desist from desire. 348. Those who renounce completely, surge ahead, others get enticed and end up entangled in a web. 349. Only when all attachments are severed, the cycle of life and death is broken. Anything short of it is transient. 350. Be attached to God, who is attached to none, only so that you leverage that attachment to let go of all other attachments. Chapter 36, Comprehending/Grasping the Truth. 351. To be deluded into accepting anything untrue as gospel truth leads to a wasted life. 352. Darkness will give way to joy when delusion is replaced with a flawless vision. 353. For those with conviction, who have dispelled all doubts, the skies are nearer than the earth. 354. Conquering the five senses makes no sense when there is no comprehension of truth. 355. Whatever seems to be the nature of anything, wisdom lies in seeking to grasp its true nature. 356. Those who have learnt and grasped the true essence here, will find a path that will not bring them back here. 357. The mind that, after careful consideration, ascertains the truth conclusively, would not contemplate rebirth. 358. For the vanity of birth to vanish, fathom to say ultimate truths of true significance. 359. To understand our desires, and to give up those desires, decimates the distress caused by those desires. 360. Live such that even the labels for desire, anger and ignorance do not exist, then, the ills caused by them will cease. Chapter 37, Relinquishing Desire. 361. Desire is the seed which, for all lives, unfailingly, leads to an endless cycle of birth. 362. If you desire, desire for freedom from birth, desiring not to desire, too, leads to that freedom. 363. There is no wealth here better than lack of desire, nowhere else is there anything that equals it. 364. Purity is absence of desire, which eyes obtain through the quest for truth. 365. Only those who've renounced desire have renounced, the rest, who've renounced all else, have not truly renounced. 366. Desire is a deceptive trap, fearing it is a virtue. 367. One can do flawless deeds the way one wants to do, when desire is destroyed completely. 368. Those who are devoid of desire are free from misery, for others, it keeps piling up. 369. When desire, the misery of miseries, is decimated, unending joy abounds. 370. Eternal bliss ensues, when insatiable desire ends. Chapter 38, Karma. 371. Constructive all causes tireless endeavor leading to prosperity, destructive all causes indolence. 372. Malign all blunts one's intelligence, in its turn, benign all sharpens it. 373. Even if knowledge comes through profound books, one's innate wisdom remains dominant. 374. The world is stratified based on two factors, wealth and wisdom, and they are not correlated. 375. While seeking wealth, positive aspects can turn harmful, and negative aspects beneficial. 376. Strive hard, we may, but what we don't deserve doesn't stay, and what we deserve, we can't dispose. Strive hard, we may, but what we don't deserve doesn't stay, and what we deserve, we can't dispose. 377. One may amass wealth worth crores, but can consume only as ordained by the ordainer, based on all. 378. Even those who possess nothing to enjoy will renounce, if only one can escape the misery that is to be suffered. 379. Why bemoan the misery caused by all, when one enjoys the good without complaint? 380. Is there anything mightier than all? It remains dominant despite all plans devised to counter it. Chapter 39, Qualities of a Ruler. 381. The military, citizenry, resources, advisors, friends and fortresses, who owns these six is a lion amongst kings. 382. Fearlessness, generosity, wisdom and vitality, these four are persistent characteristics expected of a king. 383. Vigilance, erudition and boldness, these three never abandon a competent ruler. 384. Not swerving from righteousness and justice, Aram, and deterring any violations, assuming greatness and pride through benevolent courage, a ruler should do. 385. Strategizing, earning revenues, preserving and allocating resources, a government should be capable of. 386. The world will eulogize a ruler who is easily accessible and refrains from rude rebukes. 387. For those who, with sweet words, are capable of giving generously and protecting their people, the world is how they wish it to be. 388. A righteous king who renders justice and nurtures his people will be hailed as an almighty leader. 389. The leader who heeds to counsel that stings the ear will have the world rest under his scepter. 390. Charity, love, justice and safeguarding the people who has these four is the guiding light for all leaders. Chapter 40, Learning. (391) Learn what is to be learned, with no flaws. Once learned, stand by what you learned. 392. Numbers and letters, they are known as semicolonized to humans, they are. 393. The erudite have eyes, the ignorant two on their faces, two gashes. 394. Elation when they meet, and nostalgia when they part, are effects of the erudite's deeds. 395. Learned are those who, like the poor before rich, stay humble before others, lovingly, to learn. Those who thus don't learn are lowly. 396. The deeper a well is dug, the more the water that springs, the more one learns, the more the wisdom it brings. 397. For the learned, every nation is their nation, and every place their place. Why then, does one shun learning till death? 398. Learning acquired once will stand in good stead for 7 births. 399. Seeing that what they enjoy, the world enjoys too, the erudite fall more in love with learning. 400. Learning is the indestructible and significant wealth. Other riches are not true wealth.